Good morning, Metalheads here, and welcome to a new episode of the Metal Meltdown. And today we are looking at the latest studio album from Shadow of Intent, entitled Melancholy. Deathcore may not be your favorite genre in the world, but at this point it's impossible to deny that the genre has gone through a very serious evolution these last couple years, as the genre's oldest bands are maturing and experimenting and tightening all loose ends, sharpening all their blades. Take, for instance, Whitechapel, who released their most emotionally engaging and powerful record of their entire career via The Valley. Or take, for instance, the recent record from Carnifex, World War X, a record that was significantly more epic and brutal and bleak and dynamic than any of their previous records, with fantastic production values and this amazing apocalyptic feel that vibed throughout the entire record. I don't even think Slayer have captured that level of hellish fucking energy since like the 90s. And Carnifex just frankly pulled it out of their ass as if it was effortless for them. I mean, fucking bravo. However, I haven't seen that same level of experimentation or even quality from any of the younger deathcore bands that have come out in the last while, with the exception of this particular band, Shadow of Intent, who have brought in their own influences from across European metal, most notably melodic death metal and symphonic black metal, to turn their brand of deathcore into something much more dark, much more powerful, much more menacing, brooding, epic in some fashions. So much so that I don't even know if I feel comfortable calling Shadow of Intent a deathcore band anymore on this record, Melancholy, as the band dives even further into their noted influences, coming out sounding like a super sleek, crushing combination of Black Dahlia Murder with a little bit of Dimmu Borgir, maybe even a wee dash of some of the bombastic energy of Cradle of Filth, with incredible production value, incredible musicianship, and, to my surprise, a pretty powerful, moving, well-thought-out story that goes along with this whole thing. To put it very simply, Shadow of Intent have improved on every single element that they possibly could have improved at, creating more than just a great deathcore record, but a new face, a new sound, a new wave of deathcore, and perhaps even one of the strongest records of the year. I mean, from the moment this thing starts, I am just absolutely floored. I'm blown off my feet at the incredibly laser fucking precise musicianship, at the rage, the energy, the fire, the blackened heart that lies underneath this modern deathcore beast. And I really do mean right off the bat, just look at title track and opening cut Melancholy, which embraces the adventurous spirit of Flesh God Apocalypse and pairs it with vicious blackened death metal instrumentation, fantastic melodic death metal fire, again in the vein of the Black Dahlia Murder, a little bit of In Flames in their most aggressive and death metal oriented years, emboldened with these really powerful, dramatic, cathartic strings and this beautiful gothic piano that are interwoven directly into the music, not placed on top, not lingering in the background. It is a part of the full song itself. Every single fucking symphonic metal band out there needs to fucking listen to this track and understand what the fuck symphonic metal truly means. God bless you, Shadow of Intent, for this track alone. And from there on, man, the dogs are let loose, the chains have been broken, the band goes absolutely nuts, assaulting you with its melodic, symphonic, extreme metal spirit. Take, for instance, following track Gravesinger, which leans pretty heavy into these fucking massive grooves and an epic chorus, or following track Barren and Breastless Macroxim, which has this amazing Black Dahlia Murder kind of musicianship and fire to it, which is itself backed by Trevor Strand of the Black Dahlia Murder, coincidentally. I like the tech death influence that's been very subtly interwoven into this as well. It makes the track feel all the more gigantic and powerful. Then there's one of my tracks, Udenphobia, which is just this absolutely massive, heartfelt, melodic deathcore assault. The track centers on some really amazing choir-like chants that still feel very raw and real, and are later contrasted with these demonic, urglings, these fucking gross-ass gutturals that undercut everything, and perhaps the most extreme example of the Beauty and the Beast vocal technique that I've ever fucking seen, and I love it. And don't even get me fucking started on the 10-minute monster of dreaded Mystic Abyss, which is undeniably the band's most progressive and adventurous take on the record. This song alone has the scope and scale of a fucking rock opera, but so perverted and polluted and corroded by only the best of extreme music. And speaking of rock opera, we need to address the absolutely fucking insane, depressing, violent, and incredible story that is cloaking this entire record. I've been sitting here for a little bit now trying to think of how to even describe this, and I really fucking can't. It's just so twisted and horrifying. So I'm actually just going to read a short passage from this metalsucks.net review, if that's entirely alright with you. Melancholy is a concept album about a wave of mass suicide controlled by a demonic goddess, the Grave Singer, hence one of the song titles. Influenced by the curse, our protagonist kills himself and spends the rest of the album wandering through the underworld in an attempt to escape back to reality. They go on to say, in brackets, the story goes much deeper and deserves its own Hollywood adaptation, but I'll let you soak in the plot and lyrics for yourselves. And I'm going to do the same fucking thing, mostly because I really don't want this to be a super long video like most of my videos have been lately, but also, frankly, because even if I were to go longer, there's so much to dig into. This is a surprisingly really deep, intricate, and powerful story. I would agree that to a certain extent that it deserves a Hollywood adaptation. You could make a really fucking bizarre psychological horror film with that fucking concept. Digging into this story and understanding all of its dark twists and turns is a true fucking joy. So once again, I'm not going to elaborate on it too much here. But also, once again, also partially to save time, because my videos have been way too long as of late. Speaking of, I think now is a good time to wrap this up. I don't have much else to say, at least not much else that I want to say, because I want you to experience this record for yourself. I want you to soak in the story. I want you to soak in everything surrounding this record. So with that in mind, I'll give this thing a 4.5 out of 5. Fucking incredible. And we're going to start wrapping it up right about here. It's such a fucking breath of fresh air to see something so inventive and powerful and inspired from a genre that is not known for being any of those things, frankly. I mean, yeah, once again, we do have newer records from older bands doing a great job at expanding the sound, but younger bands just aren't fucking doing it. They're not putting those pieces together. They're not evolving, and the quality just isn't really there either. Perhaps Shadow of Intent realized that there was a gap, an opportunity for them to really do something fucking insane and become the new torchbearers for this sound. And good on them for fucking doing so, because, as I said, they haven't just become the new face of deathcore, they've crafted one of the best albums of the fucking year. I really don't picture any way you could truly not like this record unless you are like some deathcore fans that have commented on previous videos and you've gone, I don't like the newer experimental stuff. I just want to listen to fucking You Only Live Once Forever. I just want to go back to 2008 and crush a Four Loko can on my head. And if that's you, then just go listen to those fucking records, okay? Let the rest of us actually have some fucking music to sink our teeth into, okay? Get the fuck out of here! Get back to your shift at Hot Topic and then go punch some drywall. I don't fucking care. Just get out of here! For the rest of you, I seriously hope you have a fantastic time with this record. I hope that you dig into all of its little nooks and crannies and explore this story as much as you can. I hope you're headbanging like a motherfucker just like I was from start to finish. I hope you come out of this thing loving it. And I hope that just like myself, after you listen to this, you'll fucking pre-order the vinyl copy coming out in September. Because that's what I did. And let me tell you, September 14th or 15th or whatever the fuck it's supposed to come out, can't come soon enough. It just can't. 4.5 out of 5, a seriously incredible record and one of the best albums of the year. Definitely fucking check this out. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be, so what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe so you get updates on Metal Meltdown fucking immediately. And you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.